Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Didn't shoot a video yesterday. The day sort of got away from me, which sounds kind of brutal because it was an off day. I did not take a day off. I did 22 hardcore cardio 1. If you think you can't get a good sweat on, right. I challenge you to try Tony Horton's 22 hardcore. That is intense. 22 minutes to a cadence. It's a military-inspired workout, which is pretty awesome, actually. 22 minutes, fantastic for the morning. Anyways, then today, back to Body Beast, and did chest today, bulk chest week 5. I think I'm about halfway through week 5, so that puts me at a week and a half left, and then I go into the last few weeks. And then from there, I'm going to decide what I'm going to do next. I haven't quite figured out what program I want to do next. I'm going to do a combo of a cardio as well as a weight program. So we'll see how that all pans out. Not much to report, I guess. Had an interesting couple of days, learning more and more about the financial services industry in terms of what people are paying. It's amazing how poorly the starting wages are in the financial services industry. Um, like there's jobs at banks that are actually, I swear, their entry salary now is less than I made when I worked at TD in 1999, which that's insane. Like we're talking 17 years ago and you're paying less as a starting wage. Anyways, so that's kind of fascinating. I find it also very fascinating that I was speaking with somebody at one of the big 5 banks, and they were talking about their stockbrokers, their financial advisors, and how they basically only want them to take on accounts of over $700,000. And having been in this business a long time, I know that there is a huge segment of the market that does not have $700,000 saved, which is pretty fascinating. The interesting thing as well, when it comes to their comp structure, you have to keep in mind that for every dollar of commission that they make, the bank takes 50% of that. So you pay that just for having that name brand, if you will, to market yourself, which is pretty interesting. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And then they really, really care about designations, the alphabet soup behind someone's name. So the question I have for you guys is, do you really care? Like, really? Do you really care about all the alphabet soup behind somebody's name? Or do you give more, I guess, credit to somebody who's actually going to get you results? I just find that so interesting, because the more and more people I talk to in the industry, the more I realize how everyone is exactly like everyone else. It's fascinating to me, and that's where it makes me feel a lot better in terms of what I've designed and I'm starting to roll out. Anyways, so there's that. There's my daily rant. It's pretty interesting though that when you talk to people they feel that a video like this is a rant. I don't consider it a rant. I consider it just speaking the truth. And I know that some people don't like to hear that truth. One of the biggest challenges I see as well, especially, well, it's not in financials, it's everywhere. With the power of technology and where we're going, um, compliance departments and upper management, if you will, want to control somebody's message, and I think that's pretty interesting. When we're looking for news, like it's got to be now, right? That's why I go on Twitter. Like Twitter to me, honestly, pretty useless unless I'm bored. But Facebook's getting better for news as well. Like if there's news happening, it's on Twitter, and it's second by second. You know what's going on. You know exactly what's happening. It's great for that. Um, I don't want to read, like, who reads newspapers from news from a week ago? Like seriously, it's pretty interesting. It's interesting that the big organizations are not keeping up with the times. No one's willing to take a risk, if you will, because they're all scared shitless as to what their advisors and what their employees may actually have to say. That says, I think, a lot about the trust and the empowerment, if you will, or lack thereof, that they want their staff and employees to have. So anyways, that's it. General rant. I got really nothing. I've been kind of scramble my brain. I want to put something out to everybody, and I want to get a big group together of some sort of a challenge. Something, right? Like, what do you guys want to see? Do we want to see, like, I've seen push-up and clean eating challenges and all that sort of stuff. And that's cool. Like, I totally, I'd do that. Um, what kind of a challenge do we want to put together? So if you know, whoever's watching this, just type a message below as to what you think would be a pretty cool challenge. I know that there's plank challenges, there's whatever. Like, let's have some fun. Let's do something not crazy over the top, but let's do something maybe as an entry point for some people to maybe start a fitness journey, start a financial makeover journey, just change something positive. Let's, you know, do something to switch it up, right? Greg Plitt, who is a guy that I just recently heard of, who passed away, was struck by a train of all things. I think it was last year. He says, you got to shock the system, right? Like, get up at 4, go for a run. Like, get out there before your body actually figures out what the hell is going on. I think that's pretty cool. That's kind of stuck with me. So let's do something that is going to kind of shock our system, but not extreme. I'm not talking about anything extreme. So if anyone could just share or you know, just make a comment as to what you'd like to see, let's do it, and let's get a bunch of people on board, and let's have some fun and get people moving in the right direction. Anyways, that's it. 7 minutes, here we are. So I hope everyone's had a fantastic day or a couple of days, and I will check in with everybody tomorrow.